Alrighty, welcome in everybody. The downside to right now is, as you can see, we don't have any servers up. So, we're kinda SOL right now. Kinda SOL, just waiting to see when these come up. But then also, chat a little bit about what's coming up today. So, I don't know about you guys, but I am pretty excited for a couple things. Couldn't care less, right now, personally, about Devourer Demon Hunter. Do not give a shit. I'm not a huge fan of Demon Hunter in general, so nothing that's really of interest to me. I am excited for the new Hero Talent row and housing endeavors and all sorts of other stuff. A watch streak, a 20 stream watch streak. Holy shit. I'll unmute here as well for you. But a 20 stream watch streak is insane. Yeah, a hooray is in order. You are excited for the new Demon Hunter, Devin? That's crazy.
I mean, I haven't seen any gameplay of it, but
have you seen regular Demon Hunter?
Yeah.
Flavor that void. You have the new Demon Hunter. There you go. That's all you need.
I mean, I liked it during Remix, so it's hard to say that I'll like it in retail. But
So here's a little Wowhead guide talking about it. That says that it's got really good burst damage, high mobility, ranged and melee focused combat, and is visually appealing. The downsides is dependent on soul fragment generation. I feel like that's kind of a lot of classes' downside, is the generation of your resource. Limited defensive budget. You play Hunter. I think you'll be alright. Hunter has a pretty limited defensive options as well.
Yeah, but Hunter's gotten better, I will say.
Difficulties with Void Metamorphosis uptime. That probably is just going to play into the fact that Demon Hunter usually has Metamorphosis uptime issues, excluding certain talents. Probably is going to get better once we get more of the meta talents. And high consume spam throughout rotation. Which, based on that tooltip, high consume spam doesn't sound like a problem, because you can cast it while moving. So, sounds like a win to me. Casting while moving, Remix, I think, really made me appreciate being able to cast while moving even more. Which is part of the reason why, if I play a healer this expansion, it's gonna be Shaman. Or Evoker, because both technically can do that. Shaman with its Spirit Walker's Grace, provided that talent still exists, I haven't even checked. And then Evoker with their Hover. Dog, go away. You're gonna yank my headset down, and I don't want you to do that. You'll hurt yourself.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything from the beta and stuff like that, really.
Yeah, I haven't looked too much at the beta. I've seen a couple things, but like this Void form, super sick.
Yeah, I think it's super.
So you build Fury using Consume and spend Fury on Void Ray to generate Soul Fragments, and then using Soul Fragments and Reap to then do Void Metamorphosis. So it seems like a pretty simple rotation at its basic levels. And then let's see. What's this? Ooh. Oh, that's loud. Okay, so that's their just some little previews of some of their stuff. Their Void Ray, which looks kind of cool. Little frontal cleave. They're generating a lot of those fragments, it seems. Not too shabby. Visually, it looks great, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
Looks super cool. Collapsing Star, that's a pretty cool cast. Yeah, it looks like a lot of Devour spams, holy moly.
Looks like the talent bloat for it is not as bad as it was for I mean, granted, I also didn't really know what I was doing for
Yes.
remix of
And remix and Demon Hunter before the pruning of everything had a lot of random abilities. So I'm super excited to see how the new hero talents play for Vengeance, because they're losing Scarred and they're getting Annihilator instead for Vengeance, which I think is pretty cool. Which apparently focuses around Voidfall. So that's pretty not bad. Pretty not bad. Are the servers up? Nope. No servers today. Alright. Here's the real question. Do I have anything set up on Classic? That's the real question. My ear holes. Hold on. I gotta turn that way the fuck down. That is a little wild. Boom. That is still destroying my ear holes. Okay. We'll get back into that. Look at the character creator on Classic. Look at this orc. He is ugly as sin.
the graphics are
Much simpler time back then, I'll tell you what.
yeah. I mean, look at the torrent.
Much simpler time. And look, nobody has more than 6 class options at any given time. We're gonna go with my old Classic. A gnome warlock. Easy. Oh, gotta accept our social contract. Alright, let's change this audio stuff. Okay. Nope, it's not. Unregarded. Okay, that is much better.
What realm
It is a PvP realm on Fairbanks. Oh, hardcore? Oh no. I think I have to. Well, looks like we're changing that plan. Because on top of that, we've got a different plan. The realms just came back up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tracking. Why? What is wrong with my Mog?
Dude, I was just about to say the same thing.
What the helly?
It says your computer is out of date. How is my computer out of date?
I don't know.
It says my graphics card driver is out of date. What?
Oh. Well, you better update it, dude. Better get that bad boy up to date, or else you're gonna crash playing the most graphically intensive game of the century, World of Warcraft. Better be careful. Alright.
Is that NVIDIA? Is that my NVIDIA?
NVIDIA control panel.
It's just the last time that I did my NVIDIA, my computer fried, so.
Oh yeah, we definitely want to avoid that. Boom. It's gonna take
going on with my
6
mods,
years to log in. Well, your add-ons are all gonna be jacked up. It's pre-patch, dude. This ain't your first pre-patch.
No, it's not. No, it is not.
You should expect it to be worse.
Yeah, well. the 6 hours that it took them for downtime extra.
Brother, this is light work.
That's what
On the bright side, I have not been using very many add-ons lately. So,
Easy.
oh my god, what is
Nice.
going on?
That's pretty good.
Cool, well,
you should have got a new mount.
I just got a ton of... Here, let me show this. I just got a ton of appearances. Like, my entire chat log filled up with appearances. Largely, probably because the change to transmog came out, where now if you own the higher set, you get all the appearances below it. Right, so let's go to... Oh, all the next tier here is released in the equipment journal, so that's pretty cool. But if we look at the Mana Forge Omega set, if I complete the Mythic set, it says it's got the little symbol on there, and now completing this appearance set unlocks all preceding set variants. So if I get the bracers and the belt, Myth, ready to go, then I get all the appearances below, which is pretty sick. Which is what happened for a lot of these. Which is why I was getting so many appearances, is because I was unlocking all of the lesser ones. But that's pretty sick. I got the Insurmountable Collection. 600 mounts usable by a single character. So I should have a couple mounts that are not favorited right now because I just got them. Oh my lord, look how far down I get to go on the mount journal before I get to the first mount that I don't have. Oh, that feels pretty good, pretty good. And that adorable mount. I'm super excited for that. Look at that. Look at that pretty owl. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. We got a vault.
I might have to reset my...
Gotta reset your computer?
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. It's installing my graphics driver now, so...
Okay, I kept all my coffer keys. Good. Alright, let's open this bad boy. Look at that. Hey, there's an appearance. We're gonna take that, even though I'm gonna get all of them here at some point.
Nice.
Nice. Alright, Stat Squish has happened. I am item level 169. Nice. Not too bad, not too bad. Oh, look at the Mog screen now. That's kind of crazy. How much are outfit slots? Cheap. Custom sets. Oh, it saved those. Okay. That's pretty cool. Situations. Oh. So you can change your sets based... What the heck?
Yeah, I think for what it... Like,
That's
if you're in a
pretty
raid, you
cool.
can do different things, and...
That's pretty cool. Alright, so we are going to plague art. Going to tabard, take that off. Cloak, we are going to do plague. Oh, where is it? I gotta undo all the ugly changes to my Mog. Where's this little plague backpack? From Shadowlands. There it is. Okay, we got that. And then gloves. Oh.
Your feet find good trails.
Grasp of the Dead is what it's called.
Hunting, lucky doos and loot.
Grasp.
Not have to restart my computer either, so.
Dead. Well, that's good. I'm glad you didn't. Okay, and then this, we're going to get my Shanker. And we're going to enchant it. Unholy. Offhand, we will do Thalkiel.
Oh my.
Uh-oh.
Talent changes reset too.
Oh yeah, that's my next task.
My inbox is full.
Spelling that right? L-A-G-U-E. Nice, okay. Save that as play card. Okay. Didn't it save my Shanker?
Farewell, friend of the Grummles.
Alright. So we got that ready to go. Talents. Ooh-wee. I am very curious to see what all of the talents are going to be looking like for ye old Destrolock, because we were already a very, very simple class. Okay. So we get to keep Soulburn, which is good. Choose, okay, okay.
I know just how to deal with this one.
Do that, and we're going to get Demonic Circle because we need Demonic Circle. Get some more fortified souls. Do I not get? I do get that still. Get the intellect. Get the leech. That's good. I love that. Crit chance is good. Casting Curse of Exhaustion, Tongues, or Weakness now curses all enemies within 10 yards of the target. Yes, please. That is really good. Definitely taking Gateway. Soul Burn. And we're going to take that. That. Okay, so we're taking that. Need the Summon Infernal talent for that to work, that's fine. Spell Location, we're taking Conflagrate, we have to. History. Oh, we get a Spread Immolate with Roaring Blaze? What the f... That's fucking awesome. Okay, we're gonna do Havoc. Nice. Summon Infernal. Need that. Okay. Crashing Chaos for sure. Light increased damage for sure. A Lake of Fire, huh? We'll play with all this, figure out what it's looking like. Love that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's too many good talents. There's so many good talents. We're gonna have to play a ton. Hell yeah, the talent just walked in. That's what I'm talking about, dude. I respect that kind of confidence. I respect it.
I know just how to deal with this one.
Okay. So now it's figuring out if this new talent row is worth taking. Because it's my tier set. Kind of. For some of it. It's the tier bonus that was trolling me and accidentally pulling the boss while we were prepping for Mythic Dimensius. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. All right. What are we looking at in all the things? What are we looking like for all the things? Weak auras is done for. So what I should actually do is I'm gonna start doing a little purgy purge. Because they're doing away with big wigs, right? Pretty sure.
I don't know, honestly.
So we'll get rid of that. Does details still work? It does currently, it seems. So we'll keep that for now. Let's just update everything. See what it looks like. Let's go see what the Black Market Auction House has. Maybe for... They changed the icon of Ritual of Summoning. Missed the little knight icon, but that's kind of cool. They made it look like the actual portal. That's neat.
Behold the wonders of Pandaria.
Why would I buy that necklace? I don't want that necklace. Whatever. Okay, we'll do a reload after updating our add-ons, see what happens. It's crazy though, right as I was like, alright, let's play Classic.
Yeah.
The world smiled upon me and said, no, don't waste your fucking time, buddy.
Especially hardcore.
Okay. So yeah, looks like there's still some updates that'll need to come out, but that's okay, I don't even know what the thing to do is. Journeys, what the hell? It says that I don't have any progress with that. I'm done. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Without having played in forever, how is the state of WoWs now? Would you like a biased or an unbiased opinion? I think that's really the main question here. So once we figure out biased or unbiased, I'll give you that opinion. But we shall see. I see. We're gonna see how the next couple weeks goes. But based on my experience from the past couple weeks, insane. I have had so much fun playing this game over this expansion for a couple different reasons. One, I feel like over the past couple of years throughout the War Within, the level at which the development team has been actively listening to the community has been higher than before. To the point where changes that I feel like in general they make aren't too overcorrective in a lot of the situations, right? So I feel like in general, a lot of times when there was a class that was overperforming for a situation, they, I think, did a good job of carefully reeling it back, as well as taking the lesser performers and trying to bump them up a little bit, instead of just the overreactive 50% damage nerf to everything that this OP class is doing. I feel like that's been a pretty solid thing. The story has been pretty cool. The way that they're doing the current expansions is essentially the story's broken out over 3 expansions. And so it allows them to deep dive into some of the stories a little bit more while keeping things kind of consistent across a couple things, which I think is pretty exciting. The gameplay, I think, is pretty good at this point, right? So last you had played with us, we were doing Mythic Plus a little bit. They've expanded on Mythic Plus quite a bit, and they're making even more changes. But one of the things to talk about when it comes to this pre-patch and the next expansion is Blizzard is trying to move away from add-ons as a whole. They're not quite there yet. They do have a lot of work to go. But I do think that they are moving in the right direction. They're decreasing the dependency on add-ons to solve problems throughout encounters and different things, but not removing the capability of, like, this add-on called All the Things that I use to just track all the stuff in-game. So, like, when I open this up, it tells me, like, my percentage across the entire game. This includes, you know, transmog, mounts, quests completed, that kind of stuff. Their main focus has been removing all the combat add-ons, essentially. So, bigwigs, deadly boss mods, those kinds of things. Blizzard is working on making their in-game UI more capable of either displaying that to the players or just allowing you to customize how those displays work. And I do think that that is a really solid step in the right direction, because, like, for me, I was using ElvUI for so long that it just became second nature to what I was doing, and those kinds of add-ons just destroy your resource utilization on your system. So it was using up a lot more than I wanted it to. As soon as I took it off, like, I saw a significant performance increase when it came to my computer. And then on top of that, like, you know, they've got the base UI. You've got this edit mode now that I think is super, super solid, that allows you to actually customize where everything's set up now, right? So I just made my bars look like I had on ElvUI. Super easy. And then you can change where the unit frames are. They're working on changing all of the other party frames and everything like that. It's crazy. I feel like that's a wise choice. Add-ons got you fucked up routinely because you had less an idea of what you were looking at. Yeah, and Blizzard is very aware of that. And I think that this raid tier, the War Within Season 3, I think really was kind of the nail in the coffin for the arms race that was Blizzard developing complex, fun, engaging boss fights, and then add-on developers creating add-ons that could solve it for players. And then Blizzard's like, okay, well, if we can make an add-on or a weak aura that solves it, well, now we have to increase the complexity. And it's like, okay, well, then the add-on developers just make a better add-on or weak aura, and then it just got out of control. And I think that they recognized that, and this was the time that they're trying to correct that. With that, it also paves the way for console World of Warcraft, which I think is going to be an interesting time. I do think that it's going to help the subscriber base. Not that I think the subscriber base is slacking right now. I think that right now the game has almost as many people as was playing in, like, Wrath. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure, but there's a lot of active people playing this game right now. And they've got all sorts of other cool stuff that's going on, right? So when you look at the shop now, you know, they've got microtransactions, but none of them affect anything, really. right? So you can go through, you can buy all these different mounts in the store, you can buy all these different transmog armor sets, you can buy pets and different toys that make you look a certain kind of way. You can buy game, like, character boosts and WoW tokens to get gold as well, but none of it's required to play the game at all. So I do think that that's a pretty solid thing. Since you played, they've also added something called the Trading Post, which is kind of like a battle pass for World of Warcraft, but your purchase of the battle pass is your subscription to the game. And so as you're going through, you can see, so I've collected all the rewards for January, but you can go through and it's like, okay, do Mythic Plus dungeons, earn honor in Battlegrounds, do crafting orders for professions, pet battles, Battlegrounds, there's all sorts of stuff. And you can see all these things that have expired, and then everything that I've done for this month. So there's raid bosses, reputation, delves, remix, which was a new game mode that had just come out that ended yesterday. Time walking, you know, all sorts of stuff that you can do to fill this out to earn you an extra currency. And as you get that extra currency, you get to buy more stuff, right? More cosmetics, mounts, battle pets, just all the stuff that literally has no combat effect whatsoever, but makes it feel more personal and enjoyable of a game, in my opinion. Like this Iron Chain Bikini. You can make your character wear a chainmail bikini now, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of good things in it right now. That is for damn sure. Fuck, the one thing you needed. Hey, Iron Chain Bikinis. And they've got more of them coming. I think they data mined like 4 or 5 different colors of it. So, there you go. There's your... there's your resub reason right there. Chain Bikinis. But yeah, so it is something where with the add-ons, right, they've worked on trying to make it so a bunch of them are gone, but they're not quite there yet. So there's a lot of add-ons that are still going to function up until the release of Midnight in early March, and then there's some that are going to continue to function past that, just while they get some other stuff figured out, because they're working on implementing an in-game like damage meter. So that way you're not reliant on an add-on to do your, to track, you know, like how well you're performing and stuff like that. I do think that combat logging is still going to be allowed. But that's been less of like an add-on thing and more of like a post-game analysis type situation. So. And Mythic Plus is insanely fun. You know. The repeating content, as always, super fun.
My directive.
I have multi-shot anymore. It's BM.
You don't have multi-shot?
Not as BM.
Interesting. Yeah, there's a... I'm super excited for my next AoE build for Warlock. Because, like... one of the Hellcaller hero talents that they added increases the damage of Chaos Bolt by 8% and Rain of Fire by 4%, doubled while Malevolence is active. Okay, so an almost 10% increase to my Rain of Fire sounds great. Periodic damage dealt by Wither, which is my damage over time effect, has a chance to grant Malevolence. Okay, so free procs on my cooldown that makes everything else deal more damage and gives me a shit ton of haste. Yes, please. And then, yeah, just making things stronger. So I'm excited to see that, because then there's other things for Destro that play into it, where increases how quickly Rain of Fire deals damage by 25%. Rain of Fire has a 20% chance to reduce the cost of your next Rain of Fire by 100%. So you thought I was dropping Rains of Fire like mad before. Ooh, boy. Howdy, do I have some news for you. We're going to delete all of my talent builds, and I'm going to build a couple just to play with here. Because I ain't need any of these right now. I don't think we're raiding for the next couple of months. And if we do, I'll just pull a talent build from online. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll focus on a Hellcaller Hell collar keys. Boom. So then we're gonna switch to Hell collar. What I would like to do is get Blackened Soul. I would like to get all of these new ones, which I think are going to be really good. Critical Strike Chance from sources, which is super good. We got 4 points. We got 2 points. I don't think... Probably don't need that. Shadow damage. That's... I like the healing. Gonna lurk for a bit. Keep up the fun times. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you for hanging out. Critical strike damage dealt by withers increased. Okay. I got a feeling that this is gonna be a pretty solid setup right there. Missing a couple talents, but we'll get those when we get the next expansion. So we got the Hell Collar set up. We're going to reset everything just to make sure we're good. We do want Demon Skin. Pet increased health and Mortal Coil is huge. Our curses are going to be very good. I don't think I need Feldon. I think we can spend those talents elsewhere. Leech is good. Int is good. Haste is good. Soul Leech buff is good. What?
I'm looking at the rotation.
Is it just barb shot?
Well, no. I mean, yeah, but... So there's a new ability called Wild Thrash. And it says, command your pet to thrash all enemies within 10 yards, dealing 1,500 physical damage to them. Damage is increased by 300% if Wild Thrash hits 2 or more enemies. But it does reduce damage beyond 8 targets. So it says, open with that. Use Bestial Wrath. Barb Shot. If you're about to reach 2 charges, use Kill Command if you have more charges, blah, blah, blah. Then it says, use Cobra Shot if you're about to cap on focus. And then the next step says, do nothing.
Does it actually say do nothing? That's hilarious. Okay, so we get new blights.
So this, I don't even take volley as marksman now.
All forth the cloud.
So weird.
Increasing the time between their attacks. That's pretty cool. But that's just... Hold up. Okay, so Curse of Weakness. 20%. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty significant. We can cast a Blight that, like, it's a curse, but stronger. So normally Curse of Weakness decreases the time between attacks of your enemies by 20%. When I cast this Blight of Weakness, it increases the time between their attacks by 100% and reduces their crit by 10%. That seems nasty for PvP. I will say.
Why does it have an ability that is used for survival? I would know. For 15 seconds after true shot is replaced with moonlight shock. What does that mean? Where are the target dummies?
They gone.
They really are gone. Where the fuck they moved to? Am I in the wrong part of the city? I'm stupid. Never mind.
No, you're so smart. Dimensional Rift would be cool.
Where's my true shot at?
Okay. This little build here seems like it's gonna be fun. We're gonna go play with this on the dummies for a little bit. So we get a lake of fire. Oh, details has been blocked from action, available only to the Blizzard UI. Okay. I will say the UI is looking a little bit prettier when it comes to nameplates and everything. But I don't think they have their in-game damage meters set up yet, do they?
I don't know.
Yeah, it says they have new options. Gameplay enhancement.
Nameplates.
Damage meter. We do have it.
Where's it at? Oh, it's up in the top left. I did not.
Yeah,
like that.
you can hear it though. Okay. Alright, alright. Okay, this is gonna take some tuning. So name
It says I'm doing.
plates.
It's not doing DPS though.
So
Okay.
yeah, you can. Okay.
It's only telling me how much damage.
Yeah, there's DPS and damage done as separate options. When you hit the top left arrow, there's a drop down for it.
Okay.
So
See, I want them together.
that I think is coming. Okay. So
I don't like this. I'm only doing 60,000 DPS.
So I think I can delete Plater. 'Cause I think that's one of the add-ons that is losing its steam. I assume
Yeah,
Gladius is going to be going away. Candy Nose will probably stay.
I need to see if it actually shows cast blood and everything.
That's what I'm here tuning. So
You know that.
let's see. So nameplates. We want to see nameplates. That's good. We can change the size. Okay, so nameplates. Valuable percent. Taskbar. Ace. Oh, interesting. All right, they put a lot of work into their little UI stuff. That's for sure. let's hit a little reload on there. This game is gonna take some getting used to again here, brother.
Yes, no joke.
Okay, okay. Okay, so... I do like the new friendly simplified nameplates. I like those. Those are nice. Okay. Okay, a bit too much padding. Can we change what the padding actually looks like? That is a lot. It doesn't look good. That's still showing quite a bit. I will need to use my cooldown manager to start tracking some other stuff. Oh, diminishing returns tracking. That's pretty cool. Enable the cooldown manager.
Where's the diminishing returns at?
So it's a, so when you go to options, gameplay enhancements, all the way at the bottom. Activates tracking of diminishing returns for crowd control effects and enemy group unit name. Beautiful thing. But I think that's only going to apply to PvP. I could be wrong, but that's the way that reads to me.
I think they get... Sure.
Hmm? Okay, so I'll have to go into my cooldown manager. Where does it show that? Let's cooldown settings. Okay, so does it not show? Oops. Oh. Sound. And I don't want it went on cooldown. Guess that's something that's gonna take a little bit.
I like these nameplates.
No?
I can't get it as thin and.
I know, yeah, I'm trying to look at that too. Okay, why didn't that show up? This is gonna take a little while, brother. Oh, did that just get it? Oh, it did. Okay. All right, this thing, I'm pretty all right with this thing right now. It looks like it's actually functioning very well, much better than I was expecting. So it's showing me right now whenever my mayhem procs, which is like my free havoc. Now it shows me whenever it's proc and it's on someone, which is kind of sick. That is going to take some getting used to. Damn, this could be a whole couple days of just getting this set up. That's nutty. You know what would be the perfect place to test all this stuff? The Brawlers Guild. I don't know, my thing doesn't say I'm in combat. Ooh, that was a weird bit of lag. Ew. Could also just do this little quest line. Take the portal to Courage. Let's start taking a look at some of this stuff too. The sets.
Even across planes, we must not be caught.
The Void Spire set looks pretty cool. With storm gears, alright. Dungeon equipment's okay. More civilian style equipment. That's gonna be pretty neat. Let's see, does it have? It does. So they've got the new world bosses on display. Nice.
No, they had new world bosses.
And then they've got the Dream Rift, the Void Spire, and March and Quell Danas.
Oh, so they've already got that stuff. Interesting.
Oh yeah, that's already in there. Nice. And they've got some of the crafting things in there ready for people to preview. Ashes of Benevolent. Not gonna lie, those ashes, that's a pretty cool mount. It's like the half void, half regular Phoenix. Pretty cool. Not as cool as the Demencia's Dragon, but pretty cool. Oh, there's a Blessed Phoenix egg that you'll get. That's pretty sick. Oh. Apparently we're doing this quest now.
You look better already.
All right.
It must be fixed.
What? I just got a room. Get a room. Oh yeah, that's another thing. We get to do endeavors now.
You do what?
Oh wait, no endeavor. Wait, yeah, we can do endeavors now. Dang, look at that, dude. So we get to 6, and we get more interior And room placements. Oh, you get a ton, actually. That's crazy. I wish that it would show me how many pieces of decor I have. Because in the collections for decor, it's still only showing me as having 340. I know that's not right. I know that ain't it. Okay. Are there any other... Were some achievements added, which is fine. Expected that. To make sure that nothing was added for the war within that I'm not tracking. Oh, I gotta go do chat lists. Did do all the war within delve stuff. Got even more delves coming up, boys. Is the training grounds up? It is. We're gonna play with that. We'll go do this quest while we're waiting for our training grounds to show up. Okay. So they got all the dungeons in the guide. More suggested content. And then these journeys. So I'm curious what it's trying to say here. So in the War Within, it shows the factions, and then it shows me maximum renown. Is that just how many times I've gotten it past 25? Because like for Halifal Arathi, it says renown 25 rewards, and then 34 is my maximum renown. I'm thinking that's like how many times I've gotten the Paragon caches. Which is quite a bit more than I expected. But that's okay. And then they'll do the Prey stuff next season. That'll be fun.
Fight for a new future. Remember, nothing is more important than allegiance.
Gotta get aberration parts. Let's go kill Reshinor. This is gonna be loads of fun. Ooh, I like the more clean, modern changes to the raid rifles. That's pretty cool. Still showing debuffs a little big for my likings. Honestly, the other day I was thinking about going back to the ultra wide, but I don't know how that looks on stream. Don't know.
I'm tired.
Why are you tired, dude? It's not even late.
Took some melatonin about 7.
Alright, so let's look at these nameplates. Nameplates. I like that one. I like that one. Now, my only issue right now is it doesn't seem like you get much a choice between the sizing for friendly and enemy players right now. There's a good amount, but just doesn't seem like it's quite enough. Do we have a healer? Do we have a tank? No, no tank. Okay. Do I send the name change on this warlock?
Which warlock are you on?
I'm on Karabek.
What would you change?
I would change him to be Lundlugger. Because he is my main. Let's be honest. Gotta figure out... When are they bringing Plunderstorm back? That's what I want to know.
I figured soon. But who knows?
Plunderstorm's fun.
I don't know
Let's look at
what to do.
this. Okay, so settings. The damage meter. That's all it shows? It's just enable it, disable it? Can I add more
So you can't have
windows? I don't think you can have multiple yet. That's gonna take some work there. It's gonna take
Is there like any new quests?
Yes, there is a new quest line for the Void Elf Demon Hunters. Because Alliance got an extra... Alliance got an extra race for Demon Hunters. But Horde, not Nightborn, were not worthy of it. Alright, I'm gonna go make another drink real quick. Be right back. Let's ride. Nice. Right as I got back, they were killing this guy, making it super easy. Oh, but then of course I didn't get credit for killing him. But I got the loot for killing him? What? What kind of games are we playing here?
Sounds like another remix thing.
Another fun pre-patch adventure. But that world boss
Show me
seemed
who's
super easy.
Show me who's getting targeted with stuff, but it's not doing that on my nameplates. But the nameplates aren't long enough. I don't know how to make them longer.
There you
They have
are.
a size, but
There are many tasks that have to be
Why is
waiting
my
on your
personal
provider.
resource
Please
display
do their completion.
there? My personal resource display for my soul shards was way off to the left of the screen, further than my nameplate was. That's not useful to me. What the hell?
this just makes my damn thick as shit.
Thick, you say?
I just want it to be longer, not thicker. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess that's not gonna work. That's okay. We don't need it. What we do need is a whole lot of undermine progress, boys. Because when we look at Karesh, so there's one piece of gear I need. Leather boots from normal raid to get the last Mog from Reshinor. So, do I just play my rogue in normal raid? And try to get the boots? Yeah. We'll set a random goal like that per day. How's that sound? This is Archon show stuff? Is that where you were looking? Or were you
No.
looking somewhere else?
But I had something else, like on the style.
I have not played this rogue in quite a while. So we'll see. I know that I'm pretty sure that Mana Forge was just nerfed to the ground with this patch. Oh my god. It's been so long. Action bars. Okay, so this guy's 110. So let's see what a fresh normal needs. I don't know. We're gonna go to a WoW head for classes. And are we playing assassination? Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Import new, or no. Actually import, paste this, and do rogue. Raid. Nice. These are updated, it seems. Okay, so make sure that we got all of our abilities on the bars. Poisons, we'll put it down here. is my Stoneform racial poison. Boy howdy, yeah, it's been a while since I played this nerd. So that's good. We'll get that there. That over here. That out.
Give it a buck with you. I'm not enjoying these nameplates.
I think they have potential. It's just gonna take a little while to get set up.
They get like a scaling thing. They have a buff and debuff scale.
They do have scaling for the nameplates, but it affects everything at once. Like, what I would like to see is being able to increase the enemy ones while keeping the friendly ones tiny. Because I have friendly nameplates on, but simplified. And, yeah. Normal mana forge. I don't even know if I'm gonna be good or not. We'll get into the normal silly run. Okay, let's do search for there. Whirling search there. Normal silly run. I don't even have my cloak. That's
You
embarrassing.
want us to abandon our hunt for Zalatath?
The Koresh Trust has tasked me with stopping Demencius and defending...
That is embarrassing. But not for me.
Brokers are from Koresh?
The all-devouring's attack left us refugees. The Shadowlands demanded stronger containment suits.
Okay, let's go through the new portal, get to Skip, get her cloak, and then head to Ray.
Got the new Demon Hunter unlocked.
Oh, that was easy. After you
took literally 2 seconds.
do you go get those 24 abyssal fragments, and that's it, I assume?
We forestalled.
Then you kill like one other guy, and then
Hello? Where's my portal?
I need to add this my Demon Hunter to the warband.
Ah, yes.
Get that damn mage out there.
Demencius must be stopped.
See, your stuff's so much longer than mine. Like the
Whoa, it's average, bro. Calm down.
what's your nameplates? Do you use like style?
Nameplates. I'm using blocky bars.
Block. Oh,
The brokers are from Koresh?
But these are also friendly, so they don't display the same way.
Left us refugees. The Shadowlands
They are
demanded stronger
simplified.
containment suits than our reps.
Alright, well, I guess I can't do this on the road because I can't get the portal to Koresh to open. So, there goes that idea. Okay. I tried. So I guess we'll do something else. What do we even want to do? What options do we got? I don't want to sit around and wait for those guys to spawn. I can do that later this week. So that's There's nothing left for me to do in Koresh. I have maxed this bad Larry out.
Shadow Guard, continue their assault
I need
on
a...
We need your help.
What is that? A resonance crystal farm. Because as it currently stands, in order for me to buy everything I need with resonance crystals from right this second, I need 341,000. Which is a shitload of resonance crystals. So, I don't know, why do I keep turning into a broker? Archivist Copper Moss? What is that? Do you see a quest in Northern Kaz Algar? Isla Dorn? Archivist Copper Moss? What is going on up here? I don't see a quest that should exist up here. Oh, I'm getting too loud for Jackie. Alright, let me look this guy up. Yeah, I already did
I'm also a broker, but I just did a transmorgifier, like daily or weekly that caused that. So that's why it did it to me.
I guess that might have been it. That might have been
Yeah,
it.
I do have an Archivist Carp.
Okay. So that's not a real thing.
It's not.
No. I just went up there, it's not there. I've already completed that quest. It's just a weird artifact. Okay.
Also have one here as well. A Challenger's Resilience.
How resilient is that challenger?
Oh, this is just about resilient keystones.
Oh. How resilient are your keystones?
They are not.
Well... That's unfortunate.
People are really ripping on this patch.
I don't know why.
Someone just said, really, honestly, worst patch than I've seen in 21 years.
Okay. People are so hard to please, man.
Shadowlands was bad, but this update sucks.
20 months. 20 months. Hell yeah. Much appreciated, much appreciated. Welcome in. You've also hit your 30 stream streak. What the f... You were crazy.
Hey, Nikki, how about you also hit that power button and then get on WoW?
Oh, how about you also hit the power button, get on WoW? That'd be crazy.
Right.
That'd be crazy. Can I hit the import button instead of new loadout? That'd be super cool.
I don't understand why people are so mad about the first hour into a pre-patch. Like, you
'Cause
know there's going to be bugs and stuff.
People, you can't please everybody. Honestly. I think for what it's delivering and the fact that it's literally hour 1 of the patch, I have been live for an hour 25 minutes, and 25 of those minutes were me fucking around thinking about playing hardcore until the servers came up. So, I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
I don't...
the only thing I'm having complaints about is just the nameplates, but that's something that I know that it's the first rollout of. They'll change some stuff or whatever.
Yeah, It'll get changed.
My thing is, I just also don't really have anything that I feel like to do in game right now. So
Yeah, and that probably doesn't feel great, but that's something where we could, you know, we could figure something out. Wow.
not gonna lie, I'm probably not terribly far from going to bed right now.
Oh, you little sleepy boy. I'm gonna do my normal delve run, or not delve runs, horrific vision runs to get hopefully this mod unlocked. But I'm having to relearn a little bit here. I'm missing some of the abilities that I'm used to having. Like, I don't know. Flame Shock? That replaced by something? What's that? Where is my Flame Shock? Am I blind?
Can you not search for it?
What the hell? It says I don't know it.
It might not be a talent that you take then, or whatever.
As an elemental shaman?
I'm just saying, I don't take volley right now as a. I mean, I know this may be a little different, but
What the fuck is going on? What? Am I stupid? Is that only an enhancement thing now? Restoration has it too. I am so confused. There's no way that that doesn't... Dude. I swear, this is making me feel absolutely dumb. Midnight Elemental Shaman changes. Where's that at? I am stupid. We'll take Blaze replaces Flame Shock. But then also applies Flame Shock. So not too bad. Maybe if I wasn't a complete fucking moron, I would have figured that out beforehand. But let's be honest, that was a tall order anyways. This is taking a little bit longer than I expected. There's certainly a lot of talent changes here, boys. Some for the better, some for the better. But some make me look like an idiot. So we don't like those changes. Those are not good changes. Maybe we get the pants we need. That'd be so cool. Nope. We got a freaking necklace. I don't need no necklace. You're gonna come back to a totally different game, Nikki. Totally different.
Wow, it'll even have for combat audio. You can do like every 10% increments
Of what?
that it'll tell you that what your health is.
Oh, what the hell? So it can be 80, 70, 60, 50,
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, you can do like health 20%, health 20, health.
I just got disconnected walking forward. That's pretty sick. Nice. Did the servers crash? What are we doing? I don't know what's happening. What's going on? All I can think of. Help! Help me! Does anyone know if this thing's retrieving my character list at all? I'm not quite sure. It's not
like it is.
clear. Not clear.
Would appear so.
Oh, come on now. What are we doing, gamers? It's okay, I'm not gonna throw a fit about this being the worst patch ever. It's hour 2 of a new patch. It's gonna have problems.
I think a lot of people are just more pissed off about the whole add-ons thing.
Oh, go fuck your hat. Did you get disconnected?
Nope.
Oh.
Thought I did,
Oh. Okay.
but I can't land. I'm on a flying mode. Oh, there's.
So you are getting disconnected. We're doing pretty good, boys.
The fuck was that?
The fuck is happening? I love being able to click nothing.
Why, whenever I click on somebody's name, is it sitting there telling me that I clicked on somebody's name? I must have turned something on that I did not mean to.
Oh, did you turn on like an audible thing? Is it like saying it to you?
Yeah, it's telling me like, oath sworn peacekeeper. Like, I don't need to know that.
It's you click on somebody that's got like a slur in their name or something. Then the game
It'll
just
even
shouts it
say-
to you.
It'll even tell me like what it thinks people's names are. It thinks my name is Quandeler. Quandeler.
Well, That does make sense.
I've always said Quandalar.
Yeah, but if it was Quandalar, you'd have an accent over the last A.
But how I need to turn that shit off, because that is annoying as...
It should be an accessibility, if I had to guess. That's what that sounds like. Excellent gameplay, excellent gameplay. Dude, they added a fucking snake into Grounded 2, and I'm so excited. That thing's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah. Say target name. I had that selected.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's much better. Much better.
You gonna start playing survival games with us, dude? Should.
Never been.
Oh. Pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Oh, there's this game that my buddy sent me the other day that looks absolutely hysterical. And I think you might like it. I'm gonna send it to you in Discord. I think that would be a fun one for us to play at some point.
Just impressed, even if you're right with tons of...
I think that it is just goofy enough that we could have some fun with that.
How much is it?
20 bucks.
20 bucks.
I think that you, me, Garrett, and Nikki could have a lot of fun with that. If Garrett ever wants to play video games with us again. Oh.
Yeah, he said something about playing Fortnite again, and then whenever I said something about it the other day, he was like, dude, I said that a month and a half ago.
Well, he tried to troll me the other day and tell me that he talked about playing WoW over this weekend on stream, and I'm like, I don't think you did, because I would remember that.
Yeah. It looks like you're having some issues. I am still not disconnected.
I am still retrieving character list. As you can well see. But yeah. I'm considering pushing us to play that. Unless we're gonna play the Fortnites. I haven't played that game in a while.
I haven't either. I don't know why Garrett even wanted to play it, but he said that like back in early December.
Would you rather play Fortnite or Arc Raiders?
Personally, I think I'd probably rather play Fortnite just because
Nice.
I knew more about Fortnite and actually like
New. Keyword there, new. You probably don't know shit now.
yeah, I know that they have a South Park update right now. And there's like a whole Cartman land and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So I feel like that might be pretty interesting. But anywho, alrighty,
Oh,
I
jeez,
have
man.
decided I am going to go to bed.
So,
41% of my little cuddly green girdle.
nice. Well, we'll get more later this week. I guess guilds have been testing Mythic Raid with the stat squish from the pre-patch, and people have been killing Dimensius in Phase 3 as the first planet hide is going off.
Good night.
Which is like 45 seconds, maybe a minute into Phase 3.
It's pretty
That is pretty nutty.
Anywho, alrighty, I will see you later.
Yup, I can't do anything with my game right now. It's broken. Have a good night.
Alright, that's it.
Well, I don't know what to do now, because my game's busted. Let's try this. The old turn it off and back on again. Okay. Looking better. Should have done this 10 minutes ago. But here we are. Not having done that 10 minutes ago. And then I really hope I don't get disconnected on my way out of this room again. Oh, God, I thought I did. That was about to be so bad. Okay. Oh, man, I have no talent selected. Let's go. We are... no, we'll go to Wowhead. And we'll go to... Survival Hunter. And copy the talents. And we'll input the talents. Serve. We do take one of these new talents. Which one? Moonlight Chakram. For 15 seconds after casting Takedown, it's replaced with Moonlight Chakram. Okay, whatever that means. We're just gonna go kill some things, get some drops, maybe some transmog. The last piece we need. I mean, hell, I've got a bazillion more characters to do it on now, too, which is kind of nice. I'm hoping that with all the people playing the pre-patch for the next couple weeks, they really put some more work into these nameplates and everything like that. I do think that would pay dividends for the game. Oh no, I'm feared. I don't even know if what I'm playing is the right thing to play. We're just pressing buttons. But they did simplify the hell out of this class, that is for sure. Seems like all the classes were simplified quite a bit. It's kind of tempting to try to maybe get into a Mythic Dimensions group, get this mount. Ooh, stood in that like a dumbass. Nice, very fun and engaging gameplay right now. Fun, fun, fun. Oh, my Dragonhawk died. Where are my pet abilities? Revive. It's okay, we got Boomstick. Don't kill my Dragonhawk again. Sick. Alright, let's get these pants. Nope. Shoulders. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Okay, let's... I got the Evoker. We'll play a little more with the Warlock. I definitely need to tune this UI stuff. Make sure that we're set up before midnight. And honestly, I should be switching over to my Azeron as well. Today should be the plan for that. So, we're gonna make that effort. Yeah. Okay. Let's go get the aberration parts then. Koresh. And maybe we'll get the little rares assaulting the places. That'll give us maybe some weapon mods.
Continue their assault on Pacifish. We need your help to repel the invaders and
That would be
pierce
pretty
Pacifish.
cool. Okay, so I feel like my map should be a different thing. I don't feel like my appearances needs to be there. We'll change that to map. Okay, so that's going to be my character screen. We'll have to get used to that, so I'm going to be clicking these buttons a lot. I'll figure out how that's going to feel here in a little bit. But it is definitely the right call to do it that way. Get ourselves switched over a little bit. Nice. Oh, it's actually different parts of the abominations. Nice. Hold on. The wall breaker's up. Let's go get him. Oh. I really hope people don't kill him by the time I get there. That has happened in the past. If I don't get it, then I gotta wait an hour before this guy comes back. But I haven't killed all the other guys, so it wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Oh shit, nobody's doing this. Alright, whatever. You snooze, you lose, boys. What the hell is going on with all this damage? Okay, well, guess we finished that. And that was pretty easy. We do definitely need to change our control keybind. Right now I have it on my mouse and that feels a little awkward right now. And then we'll work on getting the Azeron thing set back up on the screen as well. Display that. Oh, we're not doing too great in the damage department, fellas, but Good thing that doesn't matter right now. Oh, we got a Devourer Demon Hunter in the party. Okay, it's taking some very deliberate button clicks to start hitting some of these abilities. So we'll definitely need to start correcting that a little bit. Make it feel a little more natural. Angle that my hand is resting on it also feels a little strange. So we'll have to correct it. But that's nothing we can't do. And it looks like I'm accidentally clicking some of these other abilities. Alright, what are we doing here, guys? Like, why is this guy killing me? Yeah, get my pet out there. He'll take the punches. That's what he's good at. They don't call him Huck Thang for nothing. Alright, please, please give me some of this mod. Damn it! This game's rigged. I have killed the 4 Devourers from all these things. Shit. I don't know. For 3 months now? And gotten none of them. None of the weapon mods. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know who I pissed off. Blizzard, help me. Release me from this prison. No, it's all my doing anyways. I'm the one that wants to complete everything in the game. Okay. Damn, this big guy's gonna give us some parts too? Good thing he's gonna die super quick. Oops. Not the button I wanted to click. But the button I deserved. Yeah, we'll need to figure something out for that AoE situation. Okay, so we got all of the parts. And it sounds like, from what Devin said earlier, we just gotta go kill the guy now, and then we're done.
My life is dedicated to destroying the burning.
Kill Vraxic. He doesn't know what's coming. Well, shit. Okay, so let's get this moved off of my bars. And then I'm concerned I'm gonna hit some of these buttons. So what we'll do is we'll keep this as my buffs, because I don't think the buffs are really going to change too much. I'm not going to use a Grimoire Sacrifice, don't care about the Squeaky Bat. So what we'll do is I'll be honest, I don't see myself using the Blight very much. So we'll change that out for Feldom. And then I think that what I'll do is I'll put all my different demons in these ones and make that a quick little thingy. Alright, let's go turn this in. Okay, so now when I click that, so it's a pullback on my pinky. Then it's a control pullback on one of these 4 to summon my demon. Does that make sense to be a pullback, or is it more of an up that makes more sense? These are the good questions. Oh, that's it? That's all we got? That's all we need to do? Okie dokie. We got so many achievements now to get in the new expansion. But we're still ahead, which is good. I think the only thing that we're not going to be ahead on... What? They're still catching? Okay. I'm alright with that. I don't think there's going to be battle ones, though, right? Oh, no. No, don't tell me they... Oh, God. It's only 5. It's only 5. They added a Pet Battler of Northrend achievement. No. Just when I thought I was done with getting these Pet Battler achievements added to the game, and then I get trolled. Never lucky. Never lucky. Okay, so really what I should do for skywriting is I should do all the challenge races in the other zones. There's still a couple achievements I need to get there. Covenant Sanctums, that's going to be a pain. Torghast we're done with. Visions of N'Zoth we're done with. Heart of Azeroth we're done with. The war effort, I don't know how we're going to do that one. Because I think you still have to queue up as a big-ass group for it. We'll see. Islands. I'm gonna need more friends than I have right now for islands. Because there's a lot of PvP islands. And that's mainly what I need to do. It's PvP islands. I don't think I have enough friends for that. Because let's say, so I need 2 people to run with me. Join you for the PvP ones whenever I do them. That'd be super cool. Have you already done them? Or is that something that you need to do? Because if it's we're both knocking it out, that'd be super cool. Because I need 2 people to join with me. And then I have my second account. You missed most of them? Okay, cool. So we could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Because I've got a second account that I have Alliance characters on. So I can knock those out. I can start it on that guy. My sister plays Alliance and my brother plays Alliance. So I think that could be, I think at some point that could be pretty easy to coordinate. Just maybe set up a couple, it doesn't even have to be a full hour realistically. Just like 30 minutes once a week to try to get the ones that people need. That should be pretty easy. And then we can get some of the other ones, right? Sucker Punch, kill a player afflicted by a sticky starfish. Just tag one of our, like, tag my alt in the PvP or one of them. It doesn't really matter. And then we just kill and get the achievement. So I think that'll work out. I gotta go back and, oh, I gotta recruit things for all these guys. There's a lot of Legion Order Hall achievements that weren't backdated. I didn't do a lot of the class hall upgrades, but I can transfer the resources over, and that's fine. But the recruiting 20 troops as each is such a pain in the ass, man. Because you can't just destroy the troops, from my understanding. Let me double check before I start being in despair about it. Let me go to the order hall for my warlock and double check. Because that would really suck Because then I just have to sit there and babysit 13 order halls every damn day until I get enough missions sent out. Ugh. You did it all in like a week? Yeah, my concern is, so a lot of the characters that I did it on, that I played in Legion, because I had one of every max class in Legion. I did all the order halls back then. But they all have full, like, recruits already. So, like, if I go over to this guy's map here, I did send some guys out. So, let's get those returned real quick. So this one might not be, like, fully... Because, like, you can only have 3 troop kinds. And you can't, like, destroy them, so you have to send them on missions. Unless I'm missing something. Because you have to, like, spend them all. So, realistically, it'd be best to, like, spend it on the two life guys, the pack of imps. And so it's like, damn, okay, now I gotta go through and be like, okay, pack of imps, great. Send a pack of imps. In an ideal world, we send 2 packs of imps, right? And then send those guys out. So, that's what I'm not looking forward to. It's just having to do that over and over and over again. Kill them quick as shortest missions, yeah. But then they're all... Okay, I guess there are some. I probably send a 12-hour mission I shouldn't have, but I'm going to be going to bed anyway soon. But yeah, 4-hour missions and stuff like that. That's just... I don't know. That seems really micromanagey, considering I did all these order halls on those main characters and recruited way more than 20 for each faction. So it's just... It's one of those unfortunate things that since they added it, we got to go back and do it, you know? Oh! They have more stuff? No, I do have that placed. Why does it say I don't have that? Grimoire of the Netherwalk Tyrant. Where's that? Oh. Oh, we're buying that. I already have one of those things, so we'll... where'd that go? There it is. Super annoying there was no way for them to know how many you recruited already in the past. Here's the crazy part. There is. Right here. There definitely is if they would have set things up the right way. You know what I mean? Like, these statistics have been around for a long, long time. And so they definitely could have very easily gone through and added sections to it to just say, you know, oh, same thing like the achievements have, right? Expansion features. How many of these guys have you recruited? So... I don't know. It's just something where I feel like it's really easy to future-proof for. They just didn't do that. Because this has existed since achievements came out. It's just underutilized, I think. But that's okay. It happens. It's not the worst thing ever. It's just gonna require a little bit. I still gotta go fucking do balance of power on this guy. Because completely ignored that before. We'll be fine. We'll be alright. So yeah, we'll just wait for that. I'll probably just do one character at a time, so that way it doesn't feel as big of a time sink, you know? Just have some of those characters logged out in the order halls ready to go, especially the ones that are, like, literally there. The ones that just finished remix. So. Where's this one for? Covenant Sanctum? Yep. Because I'm also doing Covenant Sanctum, Garrison missions, stuff like that. They did give us a lot of time to grind this. That is... You are certainly not lying there. We've got plenty of time to try to get all this taken care of. And then the research shouldn't be too bad, especially because, like, I'm pretty sure if I go to Legion, pretty sure I've got even more order resources that I can send over. So I'll have it all on this guy for now. Is there max? No. We'll get them all moved over here because I did everybody in Remix. And all these characters that I actually played in Legion have some. And even some I didn't play. Dang, okay. Some of these guys have a couple thousand that I didn't even touch. Yeah, 170,000 order hall resources I think is going to be plenty. That should be plenty of enough to get everything, all the missions sent out, all the research done, and get all the achievements for that. Then we've got so many more to do. There's too much to do, not enough time, you know what I'm saying? I just need, you know, unlimited hours in a day, and then we'll be good to go. I'm just glad they let me keep my coffer keys from the end of Season 3. So now I've got 52 coffer keys, 53 coffer keys. And so I can start working on some of those delves. Because when we look at delves, I've still got a lot more to do. I almost have enough keys right now to get copious coffers, but not enough. Be surprised how many resources you go through doing it all? Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Yeah, I saw some of those missions were like a couple thousand order hall resources, so that's going to be a little bit of a pain. Little bit of a pain. But I'm glad I don't have to babysit much of Legion anymore. Especially mount-wise, honestly. Like, going through and having gotten all of the mounts from Legion Remix, all these drops and everything, made it so nice. What the hell is that? Okay, that is a cool looking mount. I need that mount. Look, it's got a face, too. I don't think many of the jellyfish have faces like that. I want this guy so fucking bad, dude. It'd be super cool if we could, as a guild, get that figured out. Maybe get a kill. Maybe get a few kills for this mount. I would love to do that. But I don't wanna drag everybody down with running this stuff and rubbing it in that we didn't kill it. Anything like that. I don't wanna upset anybody. That mount is so badass, man. I never finished Sizebarg. I think Swanky said we might see if we can get a few mount runs before the X-Pack once he returns. Yeah, that'd be super awesome. I'd love to get, you know, especially because, like, with the stat squish, right? It sounds like, and I think you had said it earlier in the Discord, right? Sounds like Maniforge Omega, I don't want to say it's a snooze fest, but it sounds like it might be relatively straightforward to do. So I'd be excited to try to knock that out, just to get the mount at least. Maybe some other mogs and stuff like that. You can get to P3, it topples over. Well, we proved the last night that we were raiding that we could get to P3 pretty consistently. So I definitely think that would be pretty worth it. But I also know that not everybody's into doing the mounts, so it would take, I think it would take a full group of 20. But that's okay. We were doing Ansurek with the, what, like 10 or 12 that we had a couple weeks ago. So that shouldn't be too bad. I don't know if Nerebar Palace and Liberation of Undermine got the same treatment that Maniforge did or not. I didn't read too much into the patch notes for that one. But if they did make it even easier, then we could just walk in there with like 5 or 6 people and kill it probably. We're getting to P3 pretty well that night. We would have had the kill on Sunday or Monday had we been able to do another raid night. Yeah, that's Honestly, one more raid night I think is all we needed. That's really it. Because especially that last night, we raided for like 6-7 hours that night, I think. And we were doing pretty good. Even that late into the night, like let me pull up the log. You gotta see all my remix runs right before that. But like, yeah, you look at things, it was like first pull we got to phase 3. Second pull, a couple mistakes here and there, we weren't quite getting there, but even still, out of the 50-ish pulls that we did, 23 of them we made it to phase 3. And so many were in the teens for percent. Like just one more night, I think, you know, a quick little rest restart, and we would have fucking crushed it. Everybody was super locked in, I feel, as well, which was honestly super awesome to see. I was very happy about that. Three other friends chasing it that were stuck around the same percent we were at. One even worse, stuck in the 20s, and they all got their kills on one day. Oh yeah, 100%. And so what I'm hopeful to see this time around is I'm hopeful to see maybe a little bit of, not as front-loaded, if that makes sense, right? Because I feel like the last couple weeks we were trying to add quite a few nights. I'd like to see maybe the first month or two, if people are able to swing it, right? I know everybody, I feel like the majority of the guild is kind of set in a, you know, we're doing 2 nights a week. But if we're able to squeeze an extra night or two, even just one night for the first few weeks, I think that would be pretty good for progression. I do think that would end up helping out significantly. Where's the modifiers for this? Alright, so he was trying to get stuff. And didn't realize that you couldn't just unequip your weapon, you had to actually talk to the guy. But agreed, don't want a consistent 3 raid night team, but throw an extra night here and there when we can goes a long way at the end. Yeah. I think even if it's like, you know, maybe every other week, if we can throw, you know, an extra night together, especially if it's not something where it's like we're bashing our heads against something. Maybe it's like certain people need practice. Because like I'll be one of the first to admit if I'm being completely dumb on a mechanic, right? And just like, I need practice with that. And if people are willing to kind of sit down and like, maybe we do it with like a 17, 16 person group. We just get to that point, if we're able to, and practice mechanics, I'd be more than okay spending some time doing that. But again, just kind of that coordination piece, not wanting to waste other people's time and stuff like that, so. I also wouldn't hate doing 3 nights a week. But again, I know that's kind of been the setup is doing 2 nights a week, and that's a-okay with me. I'm curious to see if Warlock's gonna have a place in the next raid tier too. I haven't seen too much. I haven't been really looking on the beta at all to figure out what the comps are looking like. Pretty sure that Kive is going to be switching over to Demon Hunter. It sounds like he's been making a pretty good push for that, so I mean, if we require one Warlock and I just happen to be that guy, then, you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. I've also thought about trying to do a little bit of healing, knock out maybe some Shaman. and go from there. I think, I don't know. Shaman healing and Evoker healing, two of my favorite healers ever. I had a lot of fun with that. Haven't been able to heal in quite a while though. Maybe with the pre-patch I'll get in the raid a little bit and practice with it. I know things are a little bit different just because we're not getting all the new hero talents and stuff like that. But could be worse. Could be worse. Alright, it's getting up to be my turn to do this little fight. Next, we got our right pet out. Get some cookies. I'm gonna try to set what makes the most sense. I need to redo some of my UI elements now that the new damage meter's in. I don't know how I feel about the damage meter. Pre-patch and Brawlers Guild is the content. Brother, there ain't shit else to do! Brawlers Guild came out. Look up Quasi UI. That's what you're gonna use? Is that just like his setup for like default UI, or was that? I'm more meaning like some of this other stuff that's not gonna be like a thing. Like I'm pretty sure Method Raid Tools is going away, so I've got to get rid of that. Kind of like I love UI. Gotcha. Yeah, no, because this, I want to get rid of this, but everything else, I'm pretty okay with how it's set up right now. Just like, yeah, MRT, there's the, what is it, the marks bar? I'm gonna unlock that. Hello? Oh, did he? Nice. Okay. Yeah, so like this, I wouldn't mind moving, and I wouldn't mind keeping this bar, but I just don't know if there's really a good place to put it right now, unless I make it horizontal, maybe. Maybe I stick it up here instead. I think that would work out pretty well, actually. We can just leave it up there for now. But yeah, the new damage meters, I've been playing with a little bit, trying to figure out really, like, what I want from it. And I think what I want from it, I can't do right now. So I'm gonna try to stay with default UI as much as I can, if I'm being completely honest. Just because I know that Blizzard's gonna be pushing even more for add-ons to be removed even further. So I think I'm just gonna stick default to the best of my ability, excluding some stuff like all the things, right? For me, I love this add-on. Lets me track all the different things that I need to get, and overwhelms me with all the different things that I haven't done yet. So I'll keep that kind of stuff, but yeah, I think the rest I'm going to keep default, and then maybe just start submitting suggestions and stuff like that with the support options and whatnot, because I'm pretty sure you can go in and make suggestions and everything like that. I think that's the way I'll do it, because it should be able to meet the majority of my intent. As long as I think raid-wise we're going to be requiring one add-on. I can't remember what it was they were talking about. NSRT? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. They were talking about replacing MRT with the Northern Sky one. Yeah, that's the Northern Sky raid tool. So we'll see. We'll see if it still functions. We've got a long ways before then, realistically, right? So the expansion itself isn't going to be coming out until March 2nd, and then the raid tier doesn't start midnight. Let's see. Yeah, so we're probably, after it comes out, it looks like, yeah, March 17th. So 2 weeks after, we'll start getting normal and heroic difficulties of the raids, and then we'll kind of go from there. So there's still plenty of time for them to make some changes to this kind of stuff. And, right, when you think about how many people play the beta compared to how many people play live, obviously there's a pretty significant difference in those numbers. And so I think that once more people are getting hands-on with it, they'll have maybe a little bit better idea of how to kind of tune things for what they're looking for. Yeah, big infernal bar on my screen. We'll need to get that out of here. Move it somewhere that makes more sense. Alright, well, Brawler's Guild seems to be going pretty well. I'm gonna take a pee real quick and make another drink. I'll be right back. All right. Let's get back at it, boys. Nice. Position 2 in the Quayway. Oh, dropped my chopstick. It's my mixin' chopstick. Hell yeah. I will say, though, a lot of the default stuff that they've added to the UI, I'm pretty excited for how they're going to develop it. I do think that it's going to be better for the game in general. Do you think it's going to be pretty significant? Did they win? I wasn't paying attention. They won. Nice. Nice, they won. Oh no. A rank 5 brawler I am, huh? Light work. Light work, that's what that is. That's what that is. Yeah, I think it'd be super cool to get some raid runs taken care of, get some extra mount drops before the expansion's gone. Some of those more challenging mounts to get. Oh, Harrison follower. Okay. Sure. We got a lot of stuff to buy over there. But yeah, all the new in-game UI elements I'm pretty excited for. Hopefully they all end up working out pretty well. I get some good feedback, some good tuning for it all. Super sick. Okay, we'll buy that ring to teleport. It's another Orgrimmar teleport. Buy this decor. Alright, then we gotta get to rank 8 to buy the rest of it. Easy enough. Let's see if this procs my achievements. Son of a bitch! Okay, decor. Yeah, no. Dude, my housing decor achievement is super fucked. It will not give me the achievement past 300. I've been stuck at 340 for over a month. And I've definitely gotten more than 10 pieces of decor. Alright, let's go kill another guy. What do we got? What do we got? $160% increased damage? What the f... Okay. You ain't gonna hear me arguing to a free kill. Dude, that's so easy. It's always such an interesting time between expansions, right? Because you've got things like this that don't matter, that are even easier. You've got Mythic Raid. Doesn't matter because you can't get Cutting Edge anymore, but you can get the mounts. So we get to phase 3, we kill the boss. Easy. I'm pretty stoked, actually, though. What achievements do we have for the Brawlgar Arena right now? Okay. Oh, wow. There's quite a bit. Do I have to do the Alliance version too? No. Don't make me do it. Okay, I don't think I have to. Oh, I do have to. Damn it. Oh, well. Maybe not. No. I don't have to. I can get it. Okay. Oh, thank God. This Brawl Star. Now, need the Broker Gambits. What are the Broker Gambits? What are those? Oh, those are challenge cards. Are these the Gambits?
Speak up.
White
I can win without a scratch. Watch me get my booty tickled this match. Booty tickled. Oh no. My tonic intellect thing isn't gonna be ready. The quacking. See, I think I can do the don't take any damage thing because I got my pet. Pet can just take aggro for me. Make it a little bit easier. Alright, I said I didn't want to play the new Demon Hunter spec. Do I want to, though? The little videos that I was watching with Devin earlier did seem kind of fun. I will say. Oh yeah, that is a gambit. I don't think I did it without taking damage, but that's okay. You can get everything on the Horde one except for the rep. The Alliance rep separate, and there's a couple Alliance quests that lead you there that won't trigger unlocked unless you get them on the Alliance tune. Damn it. Okay. That's okay. I've got a Demon Hunter that's Alliance, and a Rogue, and a Paladin. I don't think I have a Warlock that's Alliance. That's okay, that's okay. We'll get it figured out. Let's see, I advanced to rank 6, so I've got 2 more to do, I think? Only reason you know is those are what you have left to do? Hell yeah. So do you just exclusively play Horde, or are you a do both kind of guy? Because I will say, you have motivated me. I don't know if we've talked about it before, but yeah. Your achievement score has motivated me to start doing more. You do both nowadays? Nice. Yeah, I've done a lot more. Yeah, I've done a lot more with both factions lately, for sure. For years, you were a single toon player, so yeah, I started back in 2004. It was probably like December 2004. I made my first character. I played that account up until 2013, maybe 2014. And then throughout that time, let me double check the timelines on that. So, might have been earlier than that. Because I don't recall playing Cataclysm as it launched. And I only ended up taking maybe a couple-year break. And then I remember coming back in... What was after Cataclysm? Shit, why am I drawing a blank? Yeah, I remember coming back in Mists of Pandaria. So I think I came back in 2011, maybe 2000... No, it would have been 2013 that I came back. So I missed the majority of Cataclysm when it was current content. And then started playing in Pandaria, and then had to get a new account at the end of Pandaria. So, end of Pandaria through WoD and everything since then has been this account. So I ended up missing a lot of the stuff that I had before, but it was pretty easy to get caught back up on a bunch of it. And I'm significantly further now on this account than I was before, because I've had this one for, think I started the other one in, like, yeah, 2014. Let's see, when was my first achievement? Can I check that? I don't know if I can check that. Check my feats of strength, maybe? Yeah, it was middle end of 2014, because one of the first things I did was I re-got the Green Fire quest on my Warlock. Because that was something I did on my first account, and then I wanted to make sure that I got it on this account. Oh yeah, it definitely sucks, but yeah, it's one of those things. I think when it comes to like what I actually had, it was like maybe some raid achievements and stuff like that. Some other feats of strength, like getting my unarmed skill to 400, right? Those kind of like older style feats of strength and everything. That's really all I'm missing. Since then, I've completed everything else. You know, done like a lot of the Mog runs. I've done more even, right? Like getting tier 3 on this guy. That's something I've been wanting tier 3. Let's see, when original WoW came out in 2004, I was 10. And I saw this set come out with Naxxramas. When did Vanilla Nax come out? June 20th, 2006. So I was 12, 13 years old, and I thought that tier 3 was the coolest fucking transmog that I had ever seen in my entire life. And so if you would have told 2006 me that I would have this shit eventually, I would have slapped you in the fucking face. Especially since, like, when Wrath came out and they removed Old Nax, right? Because they moved it to Northrend. I was devastated when that happens. When that happened. But then in Dragonflight, when they added the old catch-up mechanic for it, oh, I was so excited. And I didn't pull the trigger on actually doing it until recently. Because let's see. I got it recently. Where is it? I got it in October last year. I finally buckled down and I said, I am getting this fucking transmog. I ran Naxxramas on probably 18 characters every week for a month. I spent so long in Naxxramas that as soon as patches were released, because I want to... What patch came out while I was running that? I can't remember what patch came out, but there was an update that came out that broke the pathing for old content to the point where all the slimes before patchwork in Naxxramas started going at like weird angles as they were trying to go across the path. And then when you were fighting Kel'Thuzad in Naxxramas, the skeletons would path towards you and then glitch and run away and reset the encounter. And so I submit a bunch of bugs from Naxxramas because that's what I was running at the time. And so then the next Tuesday after they broke it, they patched the pathing for Kel'Thuzad, and it's explicitly stated in Naxxramas, fixed a pathing issue that caused the encounter to reset. Because I was running it on, you know, almost 20 characters. And so I was like, hey, this is a fucking problem, because I was also running it not just to get the tier 3 stuff, but one of my goals was trying to get all of the transmog for it. So one of the things that I'm going to be trying to push out to YouTube soon is I'm trying to do like a completionist series where I'll talk about all the different drops that you can get from everything. So that way if people are looking for certain mogs and stuff like that, achievements, what have you, you can see what each zone or what each instance gives you. And so part of it was me going through Naxxramas and trying to get all of the transmogs. And one of the last things I needed for 3 different armor sets was the Tyr helmet, which dropped from Kel'Thuzad. And I couldn't kill him for an entire, I think it was 2, maybe 3 weeks that I couldn't kill him, because the content update just broke the pathing and I couldn't do it. So that was frustrating, but kind of cool to see, like, the fact that I submit those bug reports actually matters and got changed. I think that's super awesome to be able to see that kind of stuff. Yeah, they actually listen, surprisingly. Yep, I was just as shocked as you are. Because, yeah, I saw the patch notes posted on, like, a Monday. They were just like, oh, here's the release notes. And I think I sent in one of the group chats with my buddies. Might have been a Discord channel or something. I was just like, hey, guys, this is why you report shit. Because, like, especially lately, I feel like Blizzard's been really good about listening to stuff. And honestly, that seemed like a pretty easy fix. So I was like, hey, please take care of this so I can play the game. You know what I just thought about? I wonder if the reason I didn't get that completed without taking damage is because I used Dark Pact. I bet you me damaging myself screwed me out of getting that achievement. That's gonna be so dumb. But that would not surprise me at all. That would surprise me. If I screwed myself out of that. Unless, did I get it? No, I didn't get it. It's right there. Yeah, it's right there. We'll get it this time. We'll just not use my Dark Pact. We're gonna unbind Dark Pact just to make sure. Yeah, I will say, super excited for next tier. I don't know, Hynix, if you had done much Mythic rating before, but honestly, this was my first time really pushing for it, you know? I did, let's see, before Mana Forge, the most Mythic rating I did would have been Nyalotha. And even then, I joined a group when they were on Raden, because Raden Destro Warlock was insanely good. So I raided with them from Raden, and I think we were working on Il'gynoth before the season ended. So I only got like 1, maybe 2 kills. I think I got 1 boss prior to that. Then the same guild in Shadowlands I played Castle Nathria with. We got Heroic done, we got Shriekwing, and then I think we struggled on Huntsman. So I don't think I ever got Mythic Huntsman killed. And then that group kind of died. And so since Shadowlands, Sanctum, Sepulchre didn't do any Mythic raiding, Dragonflight, nothing. And then War Within, Narrowbar Palace, Liberation of Undermine, AOTC at best. And then, yeah, Mana Forge. Met Swanky, and he took a risk. You're the former GM of what used to be Grass's competition on the server for Cutting Edge? That's pretty fucking cool. That's awesome. Yeah, it's always cool to kind of see, you know, where everybody comes from, you know? And, like, I've wanted to do Mythic raiding and stuff like that in the past, but I've just never for me, it's always felt like too much of a time commitment. But then, like, with raiding with Gratz this time around, like, 2 nights, 3 hours, doesn't seem too bad. And then on top of that, you know, we throw some more hours, some more nights in there. Nothing too crazy. But I've had a ton of fun. First time I've been progging a end boss, that's for sure. And so I'm very excited for the next tier. Seeing what that actually ends up looking like. What damage we can do. Let me kill these guys real quick. Nice. I think I took damage, but whatever. We stopped at the end of Dragonflight and took the first 2 tiers off this hex back from the same tier you did, but I knew them from doing stuff together back in BFA. Nice. Hell yeah.
What do you need?
Yeah, it seems like it's a pretty friendly competition amongst the servers that are linked with Nordersill and everything. Seems like everybody in general, I was talking to Swanky a little bit about it, just, I don't know, seems like everybody's just enjoying the game, and I appreciate that, because I know it can be frustrating, you know, trying to bash your head against these bosses and trying to progress and stuff like that, but, yeah, like I said, I had so much more fun with trying to progress a cutting-edge boss than I really expected. I don't know. It was so much fun. I was so hyped the last week. I was ready to go. I got approval from my bosses and everything to telework for a couple days just in case I needed to like, I already had Friday off last week, but I would have been in a situation where I could have teleworked, and me staying up till almost 2 a.m. my time to keep raiding that night wouldn't have been much of a problem. So, super excited to push into next expansion and see what we can do. Smaller servers, you can get a bit of competition amongst lower tiered raid teams. On a massive server, you're just another blip on the radar, so it's different than that. You get to know some of the other side with smaller competition. Yeah. Up until, God, when did I move to Area 52? I used to play on US Draenor. That was the group that I had joined when I started this account. Same kind of situation, bunch of people I worked with. So I joined them, and, you know, we did challenge modes in Pandaria. They raided a little bit, but they didn't have that many people. It was probably like 6 or 7 people instead of like a full raid team. So I joined them, you know, we hung around, played a little bit. And I think I was on Draenor up until 2019, 2020-ish. I think that's when I switched over. Let me make sure. Oh. Yeah, so it would have been 2020. Because I transferred this character over from Draenor to Area 52 to join the guild that I did Nyalotha with. I transferred this guy over to do Castle Nathria with them. And then they fell apart. And so that was something where, you know, I'd made the transfer, I'd commit to that, and then everything started falling apart. So I just transferred my guild from Draenor over here. But on Draenor, and so they're linked with Echo Isles, there is nobody raiding on those servers. Let me check Warcraft logs. And see. And see if there's any guilds on those servers anymore. US Draenor. God, it's taking forever to load up right now. So yeah, there's 2 guilds on US Draenor right now that have any mythic progression. One of them is a alliance guild called the City Watch, and they are 2 out of 8 mythic mana forge. And the other one is a guild called Crisis Crusade that is 3 out of 8. So I hadn't really done much on that server in a long ass time, and so, you know, transferring over to Area 52 was interesting for sure. I feel like when I was playing on Draenor, the dungeon queues and stuff like that, all that's the same, right? Because there's, you know, the server sharing and stuff like that. But then when it came to seeing people in the open world, right, the battle groups, that got a little sparse. And so then moving over to Area 52, seeing people everywhere all the time was super cool. So part of me kind of wishes that, like, I'd be able to get a group together to go to US Draenor and, you know, be that guild, but I'm also happy to be where I'm at. Alright, let's kill these guys, eh? Yeah, massive advantage for server size like that. And I will say, like, it's definitely, I think, helped me feel like, as weird as it sounds, like, the game's not dead. The game is far from dead, but playing on, like, US Draenor, it felt that way. Just because there wasn't much. This was my first big push into Mythic CE rating. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, before that, I had done maybe 2 bosses, maybe 3 in Mythic, and none of them were either the end boss or even the boss before that. Like I said earlier, like Raden in Nyalotha was probably the most prog that I've put into a boss. But it wasn't that much prog because they literally just said, hey, we need a Destro lock. This guy said that you can play Destro, and so then I played it, and Destro was so fucking strong on that fight that I just dumpstered on it, and we were good to go. So, alright, nice. You did well for your first time then. I appreciate that. How do you think it felt compared to doing Heroic? It was different, that is for sure. So there were a lot of things, and I try to not blame issues that I have on other people. I try to correct a lot of things myself. That's something that I try to do as I'm going through, you know, content and stuff like that. So when I was brought along for, like, Plexus Sentinel on Mythic the first couple times, I just don't think I was necessarily as prepared as I should have been. Granted, on top of that, when we did, like, a Heroic clear, some of the healers were solo healing Heroic, and so my mistakes were punished much more than they would have normally been doing, like, a full group of people that were, like, you know, playing all the roles that we needed to. But there were a couple of situations where, I don't know, I felt like, okay, if we would have had another healer, I maybe wouldn't have died right there. But I try not to focus on, oh, that was someone else's problem. And so I was just like, okay, well, instead, how can we apply my defensives to the situation, right? And being able to combat that myself instead of relying on other people. Because, I don't know, for me, that's kind of how I feel that the best progression happens is not that you shouldn't want to work with your raid group and stuff like that to make things happen, but if you have the capability to make it easier for everybody, including yourself, by staying alive, why shouldn't you? So I tried to apply a lot of that to trying to stay alive, and then I'm a little upset with myself with Dimensius because I feel like it took me a little bit longer to figure out my rhythm, for the boss fight than I would have liked. Once we got to a certain point and I actually got over myself and started talking to, other warlocks about how they've done the encounter, both within the guild and outside of the guild and, like, other people, I feel like that definitely helped a lot. I just needed to, like I said, get over myself and kind of figure a little bit more out, because, like, I'll look at the logs and everything like that, but sometimes the logs, I feel, weren't as succinct in explaining what people were doing at certain points. And so being able to go through and ask some of these more pointed questions to other people, I think, helped me a lot. And I wish that I would have done that a little bit earlier, but overall I'm pretty happy with how I did, and I'm excited to see what happens next, but definitely a step up from the heroic side of things. A lot of fun, though. I had a ton of fun. Alright, we're coming up on being able to finally do another brawl. Oh man, this little plant is just so close to being dead. Great mentality to have on it all. Glad you put yourself on it. Hopefully that mean better success in this coming tier. Logs, White Fest only tell a small part of the story when things go wrong. Yeah. And so, yeah, I've been trying to spend a little bit more time trying to review as much as I can, really. Damn. They just lost with 923 health left. That was tough. That was tough to see. Yeah, no. I'm super excited. I wanna be able to hopefully try to correct some of my problems a little bit earlier. Especially because I know there's some of the polls on Dimensius where, like, I don't know what I was dying to early on. Like, but it seemed like I was getting hit from his, like, hand smash when I was nowhere near the circles. And so then on top of that, one thing I realized and should have adjusted for earlier in that tier was right side we had a shaman and a paladin healer, which very strong healers, but paladin its strength is being a melee healer, and shaman is a mid-range healer. So what I was trying to do more than I realistically should have was I was trying to overcompensate for other people and give them the room on the right side to be able to place their zones and stuff like that and not have to worry about where I'm placing stuff. And so then I was outranging both of our healers. And so there was a night where I was just dying constantly. And I think Swanky messaged me. He's like, hey, like, what keeps killing you? You doing all right? And so I had to kind of take the break and figure out, like, yes, I'm just being dumb. Knowing that we have two shorter range healers on the right side, I should have made the adjustment a lot earlier than I did. Especially because when I asked, I was like, hey, like, how much room do you guys have on right side for me to drop an extra zone or two over there? And everyone's like, oh, we have a shitload of room. So I was able to adjust to that and be able to alternate, essentially, so I could save some of my defensives, because I felt like I was running out of defensives way too early. Mainly because it was like, okay, cool, I've got, you know, my first defensive that I'm casting on this side, and then 40 seconds later, I've got yet another one that I need to cast. And so it's like, okay, well, I can't really do everything, and so I needed to kind of fix that. But we got it figured out at some point. Oh, this is a Plunderstorm boss. That was kind of cool. As someone who kept getting swapped back and forth for both sides, there's definitely a learning curve on both sides based on healers and everyone's positioning. Yeah, that's what it kind of felt like, right? And it was, like I said, it was a realization I should have made a lot earlier than I did, I think. Because again, with me trying to not be like, oh, well, you know, the healers just aren't healing me. It's like, okay, well, why didn't they heal me, right? And a lot of it was because they couldn't, because I was so far out of range. Because if you look at where on the right side all of that was placed, I was like almost as far left as I could have been, placed up next to the tanks. But then the healers typically were getting knocked to the far right, way on the edge of the platform. And so once I made that and kind of had the conversation, like I said, I should have done it a little bit earlier. But hey, now I know better for next time. And hopefully, next tier, I'm excited. I want to see some good progression. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think it'd be super fun. Alright, we'll probably get another couple of these Brawlers Guild kills in. And I'll probably end up calling it for the night. Where's Brawlers Guild categorized? Ah, there we go. Damn, apparently I slacked on Brawlgar Arena before this. 1, 3, 4. What the hell was I doing? Maybe I'll get to rank 8. Maybe. So yeah, we'll have a few more Brawlers Guild fights to take care of. I got a drink to finish anyways. I'm also super excited to see, because work-wise, should be having a little bit more time after work to be able to do stuff. Learn as we go. Feel compared to how a former guild used to run, so I feel like Rats is more of a wing it and keep pushing, and people figure things out on their own from big amounts of pulls, and it seems like they might be pulling back on that a bit, and we might be a bit more prepared going into and during each fight. Yeah, I would like to see that. Not that I think that, you know, just pulling until people figure themselves out is bad necessarily, but it does result in a lot of inflated pull counts, realistically, right? And that's something that I personally don't feel like I'm in a position, you know, especially, you know, being new to the guild and everything like that. I don't feel like I'm in much of a position to make those suggestions, if that makes sense, or try to call people out or anything like that. But yeah, I do think that more personally, I think that more directed feedback definitely tends to be a little bit more effective when it comes to correcting situations, right? There's been, you know, a lot of things that it's like, oh, like, everybody just needs to be doing that, and it's like, okay, well, it's not everybody, it's kind of a specific couple of people that need to be working on this, but I get not wanting to single people out and stuff like that. I totally get it. So, I'm just, that's one of the things I'm working on as well, is trying to shut the fuck up and color. because it is not my position to correct other people at this point. And I acknowledge that. I think it would be a lot more fun next season because especially because I think we're going to have a lot more thought go into the bosses, right? Especially with add-ons kind of being, I don't want to say dropped from the face of the earth, but add-ons are going to be restricted a little bit, so we're not going to have a Fractalus situation, right? Where I feel like Fractalus, nobody really needed to know that boss. Everybody just needed to do what the fucking Weekora said and read your script. And so, I'm hopeful that we can avoid stuff like that. Yeah, add-on Extinction, you get it there, Brian. Fingers crossed. And I know that they can't get everything gone right now, but definitely something push in that direction, and I think we'll be doing pretty good. Are you thinking about coming back, Brian? Is that what I'm hearing? Dump your shares. Oh, no. No, wait. More as a team, figuring out what works for us, identifying weak points of the team, and trying to prepare us for it. Like for Demencius, I think we would have saved a lot of pulls if we had pre-planned spots for the spreads. Seemed like the struggle doing the same. Yes. I do think that there was a little bit, so based on other kind of prog things that I had seen, yeah, spreads for those soaks definitely provided a lot of repeatability when it comes to the encounters, right? Because I know there were so many times where, like, we would go do the very first soak on the first platform, right? And I'm hauling my little ass over there to try to get to the soak zones, and I would stand in a location, and I'd be planted there. So my goal was, as a warlock, right? If I got the first beam on the first platform, that means I cannot get the second beam. And I think I'd mentioned this, right, when we were doing the pulls at one point. So if I get the first beam, I can't get the second beam. So I'm safe to port and get positioned early. So in situations like that, I would try to position as far as I could, right? So that way, other people had a little bit of time to get positioned over there, and we wouldn't really be crowding each other. You heading off to bed? Well, I appreciate you tuning in tonight, brother. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you over the next couple of nights. A good night. So yeah, there were times where I was trying to, position in such a way that it was a little bit easier for that to happen, right? Where I was going as far as I could to try to make the other people not have to move as far. But then I do feel like that caused problems with, the spreading, because then there were other people that were able to get to those soak zones a lot faster, that then kind of just took it upon themselves to go to that far side, which isn't wrong necessarily. It's just then now, I'm kind of in a shit spot because now I'm over there, and yeah, it was a little rough. I do think that having assigned locations would have been beneficial at a certain point, but I don't know. A lot of things that could have went better on that encounter, I think. I think we did really well overall, though. All things considered. I was very happy with everything. What the hell is going on? Are we really just missing one right here? Oh, I gotta click the Tesla? Oh, that's dumb. Oh. Oh. I got him. Alright, well, apparently I needed to click the Tesla coil, but we got it. We got it. Just small improvements when we identify little issues like that. Sounds like BK is going to do more going over the fights and whatnot before we do polls, so I think some of what will that cleared up, at least on some of the earlier fights. Typically wouldn't do that. So if we can save polls on other fights, we have more time at the end. Yeah, and I think that there's a lot of intent to try to make it happen faster. You know what I mean? And I know that Swanky had kind of talked about trying to front load some of the stuff, like we had talked about earlier, doing maybe 3 nights a week for a couple weeks, stuff like that beforehand. Just getting ourselves a little bit more prepared. And I'm gonna try to maybe be a little bit more vocal about things that I notice to a certain extent. You know, I want to make sure that it's not coming off the wrong way, if that makes sense. Especially being the new guy, you know. Yeah, I'm definitely super excited. Get some big dammies next year, isn't that right, Frankie? Good boy. Boy. Yes. You gonna be there when we kill bosses next year, buddy? Yeah. Alright, get down. No. Hey. Sit down. I'm done petting you. Oh, I thought you were gonna rip my headset out of my ears. Yeah, definitely excited. I was looking at some of the logs. I looked at a little bit before I went live tonight, and then I was looking at some over the weekend, just kind of trying to identify certain things and whatnot. On the bright side, I did feel pretty good about like my defensive and cooldown usage in general, which I think was pretty good. Part of me was considering switching out a couple of talents to give me an extra defensive, but I don't know if that really would have made too much of a difference. I think it might have on some of those second platform pulls where I was getting nuked trying to go into phase 3 at some points. I made some adjustments at one point to change my defensive to be backloaded instead. I think that helped out quite a bit, but I don't know, this still felt like I was getting absolutely annihilated on some of those pulls. Go to bed. Get your sheep and go to bed. Alright, we just got a couple more pulls before we get into it, and then this should be our rank 8. Should be rank 8 after that, and then I can start doing the challenge modes and the gambits and start going crazy, getting all the achievements. I'm quite excited. Former leader of guild raid team, I say bring up any suggestion you see. A lot of times it's something that wasn't thought of and it could help. I was the one that brought up how we could change salad bar to be facing him outward. Look, that helped us on prog. And it never dawned on them. But yeah, you know what? That's pretty fair. I will say though, as we made that adjustment, again, because I'm just dumb, that took me more pulls than I care to admit to get used to. There were so many times where we were pulling that boss, and just out of habit, I was on the opposite side of the boss and got hit by the frontal, and I'm like, God damn it. Like, of course, it's me being an idiot. But that was just on me to really kind of internalize and progress with it the right way, so. Yeah, we did have a lot of pulls at that point, that is for sure. That's another thing, like, it doesn't bother me if, like, our pull count is insanely high. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother me at all. Like, we're getting to see reps on the boss. Obviously, I think anybody would like to see it lower, but it's not the end of the world. I think, for me, honestly, it's a lot more of just kind of enjoying the process. I recognize that, you know, I'm not a, you know, top 5, you know, world first raider or anything like that. You know, it's gonna take a little bit more effort for me to get to that point. And I think that's a lot of what it is. Not getting frustrated with each other. I know there were a couple nights where tensions got a little high here and there. And that was, I don't want to say sad to see, but it was frustrating from a different angle, if that makes sense. Just because, you know, we're all on the same team, right? Pull count doesn't matter to me as much when it feels like we're getting stuck in a rut where we see no progression. Little minor wins here and there go a long way to keeping it fresh. Yeah, 100%. And yeah, like I was saying, we're all on the same team, right? We've all got the same goal, trying to kill the boss and trying to make some progress and stuff like that. So it was a little unfortunate to see, yeah, things get a little bit heated here and there. But I get it, right? There's a lot going on, you know, a lot of, especially as, like, we had so many nights fighting that boss where it just felt like we were just bashing our heads against it, so. Alright, I don't know what to do this guy. Okay, we'll keep running. Right. Get a couple bolts off before we can run. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Alright, that's rank 8 in the Brawlers deal. Yeah. For sure, pull count, like, obviously it's nicer to get lower, but whatever. Just have fun with it. Tensions will always happen to the Mythic rating. Never been in a tier where it didn't have that happen. Big difference is if you care about the people you're raiding with, people will brush it off and continue after for a bit. It did seem like, you know, after those things happened, like, I feel like everybody, a lot of that kind of happened at the end, I feel, right? And so it definitely became a, alright, cool, let's go, you know, take the night, we'll cool off a little bit. And we came back, and it feels like everybody was pretty much on the same, you know, thought process going forward from there, which I thought was great.
Where'd you find this?
Okay, so we're gonna use these. Get a little snip in action. Cool. Alright, well, let me get this posted up here. But that is likely where... Did I get the 600 mount achievement today, brother? Yes, sir, I did. I'm set up for the 600 mount, the 700 mount, the 800 mount, the 900 mount, and the 1000 mount. We're ready to go. For sure, yeah. And I think that mount is one of the cooler mounts that they've definitely added. I think the Spectral Audic is probably one of the coolest that they've added, but this one is really awesome, the purple one. So, told your friend you're going to be waiting 20 years for Blizz to put the 1000 achievement in. Honestly, like, I don't know what they're waiting for. Like, you've just got to send it, right? So, are there numbers on, hold on. Are there numbers on how many people have that many mounts? There's gotta be. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, data for Azeroth. That's what I'm looking at right now, actually. So let's see. Okay. Maybe not as many people as I thought. So when we look at data for Azeroth, 600 mount. Apparently, way less people than I thought actually have 600 mounts. Not gonna lie, that's a little surprising to me. But I get it. I get it. But then you look, so like for my account, let's see, I've got 1,087, right? So I am on the bottom side of this. Doesn't show me on this list, but oh yeah, there's so many recolors. It's insane. 1,087. So at this point, I'm in the 0.0494% range. Yeah, we ain't getting an achievement for that for fucking ever, dude. Well, considering... Alright, let's look at this. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Insurmountable. Insurmountable. I got this today, right? When this released. The previous one was released... Oh my... No shot. That it was 3 years earlier. Are you shitting me? It took them 3 years to add another one. Let's see, it was less than a year, less than 2 years between those. Because I've been getting these pretty much. Yeah, no, we're gonna be waiting. If this keeps up, we will be in 2032 by the time we get 700 mounts. So we got another 6 years before that bad boy. Come on now. Just add them now. You know? There's so many unused mount models that can be used in this game for that right now. That would be insane. But they're just gonna tease us along. Those of us that are trying to do stuff like that. Insane. Alright, let's type this out. 2 mounts. 1021 and number 1022. I understand they say they want to have cool models for the achievements, but don't want them to feel like they just do it for the sake of having an achievement. But I feel there's plenty of models that they can find some cool ones to use for it. 100%. Like, the 600 mount model, I think, perfect example. There's so many other models as well. Like, do they... Let's see. I don't see an Astral Pterodax. I see a Spectral, but not an Astral. That'd be a pretty cool one. Let's see. They've got the Astral Cloud Serpent, which is the same model as the Black Serpent, so that wouldn't really make sense. Do they have just a general Astral Dragon? No. Like, I don't know. I feel like even shit like this, right? How many different colors of these do they have? Oh, yeah, that's right. 3. Right? They've got the Astral Cloud Serpent. They've got the Astral Emperor's Cloud Serpent. And then they have the Pandaria one. Right? Because there's a green one, too, isn't there? Yeah. Honestly, I think that mount collectors would love Astral versions of shit. Free auction house mount for 1,000 achievement, but then they would lose some sales on the cash shop. No. With how much money they made from the cash shop on that mount, if they gave, right, what was it, 0.04 20% of their player base a free $90 mount, who cares? They're losing a few hundred, maybe a couple $1,000s. They're not losing that much, honestly. So let's see. Okay. 100 million WoW accounts, okay? We'll go back to this bad boy. And we'll look at 1,000 mounts. 0.09%. Okay, so we'll open up that calculator. It should be pretty easy maths. 0.09 times 100 million. So that would mean that only 9 million accounts have 1,000 mounts. That is accounts. Not like WoW accounts, not Battle.net accounts, right? So for people like I have 2 WoW accounts. Both of my accounts have it, so that counts as 2. Guarantee there's people with 10 accounts, right? And so it counts a little bit more. So even if we say it's 9 million people, they lose $810 million. Oh no. Oh no. 810 million, that's it? Let's see. What was Blizzard's profits from WoW last year? That would be crazy if in the year 2023 they made 587 million. What? No, so that, oh, I'm sorry. That's the second quarter of 2023, not the entire year. They'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. They've made so much money from this game. They are... I don't blame them. I don't blame them. They made so much money from this fucking game. Alright, well... I got myself up to rank 8 with Brawlgar Arena. That's what my goal was for today. I got the mounts, got the ensemble, so we're ready to go. I am likely going to call it for tonight. We'll get into some more stuff tomorrow, more than likely, and we'll just kind of work on some achievements from there. But I appreciate you hanging out, chatting for a little bit. Let me know. I'll let you know when we're doing the island stuff. And we'll kind of go from there and see if we can't get some of that taken care of. Because with my 2 accounts and some of the people that I've got with Alliance characters, I think we can get those islands achievements knocked out pretty quickly. And I'm not going to be a gatekeepy little bitch and say, no, I need to get ahead of you. No. We're all on the same team here. So, I appreciate it. You have a great night. Message on Discord when you can rope some people together. We'll get that done. Hell yeah. Appreciate it. And, yeah. We'll see you later this week. I'll probably go live the next couple nights, just kind of hanging out with the pre-patch, doing some stuff, getting more used to the new equipment, and I'll try to get some stream elements set up for the Azeron and whatnot, because I think that thing's gonna be pretty fun. But sweet, have a great night. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll talk to you later this week.